Welcome in, everybody. As we start 2016, we end the NFL regular season. This today being, the 4th? Hell, I don't know. Maybe it's the 3rd. I don't know. But it's that Sunday in 2016. The first Sunday, but the last of the NFL regular season. Womp womp. Well, at least for this season. We will have more Sundays later in the year with NFL games. It's just for this season. See what I mean? Because after Labor Day and the regular season starts up, and that you get the idea. That's still 8 months away or whatever. Who cares about that shit? You know what we need to talk about right now? I'm showing 70 degrees. Well, quick heads up. It's about 7:30 in the morning. Heading into work. A little early. Actually, very early. No big deal. At least not for me. About 7:30 in the morning. I'm showing, it just dipped. It's now 69 degrees. And make all your 69 jokes, fine, I get it. But it was just 70. We are completely overcast. And speaking of the NFL and weather, the Miami Dolphins are hosting the New England Patriots. If there's any kind of bad weather today, rain looks like it. Holy shit, does it look like it. I mean, I know it's early and the sun's not completely up and shining, and maybe there's open spots through these clouds where the sun can actually blast through and warm things up. This looks like just a morose, kind of a rain cloud. Complete blanket overcast. It doesn't look angry and death cloudy. I usually like saying death cloud when it looks like there's going to be rain. This, it might rain. And it doesn't look like it'll be angry rain. So it's not quite a death cloud. Well, it's not even a cloud. It's just completely overcast. But holy shit, this is the coldest I've seen my car thermal readout in I don't know how many months. Well, maybe not months. But even still, when I did those 4 a.m. spots in the morning, Jesus, even that wasn't so terrible, you know what I mean? Even that was probably still up in the 70s. Whew. Oh, here's one for you. There was finally a good college bowl game last night. And holy shit, if you don't care, I understand. But to set the table for you, and speaking of set the table, it's kind of where the story started. I got done with work, got home, my dad and I said, fuck it, we're going to Outback Steakhouse. You get a free bloomin' onion. Which was yesterday only, Saturday, January 2nd. If you give them the password, Outback Bowl. But that's done, and you don't even know anymore, so it doesn't matter. So we get our free bloomin' onion. We're watching the Alamo Bowl, sponsored by Valero. And it was the Oregon Ducks against the TCU, Texas Christian University, Horned Frogs. Now, TCU's quarterback, the starter, was suspended from the team. He had been arrested for public intoxication, striking an officer, resisting arrest, the whole schmear, right? Good old Texas Christian boy. Showing that kind of behavior and those bits of judgment. I thought, that's terrible. Number one, what an idiot. But two, you really let your team down and they're going to lose this game. It was 31-0 at halftime. TCU clawed their way back into it and ended up winning in like triple overtime. It was like 41-38 or something. No, they both eclipsed 40, So it's probably 44-41 sounds right. But Christ's sakes, I'll tell you. Now, part of that too, Oregon's starting quarterback eventually got hurt somewhere in the second quarter. And their center, the guy who snaps the ball, got hurt as well. So Oregon had a backup quarterback and a backup center, whereas TCU, just the backup quarterback. And believe me, when you're in the shotgun formation, that's where the quarterback is standing, 4 or 5 yards behind the center. He's not standing with his hands right underneath his butt. He's standing back so the ball can kind of get tossed into his chest. When you have a backup center in to do that task, against a really good TCU defense, there were mistakes happening. And the momentum shift was obvious. I was just, it was happy to... I wanted TCU to win anyway. But then, when I heard about their quarterback, I said, well, fuck, now they're not going to. But even with all the crap going, the starting quarterback was suspended off of the team, probably away from the university and all things together. The backup kid comes in. What was his name? Bram Stoker? His name was Bram. Just like Bram Stoker. Bram, oh my god, and it was such a German name. Like Kohlingsteiner or something, just definitely sounds European as all hell. But, you can look it up. TCU quarterback Bram, B-R-A-M. Forgot the kid's name, playing with guts. And he's a fifth-year senior. So this is, that was it for him yesterday. He went out like a fucking champion. I mean, he got shot in the ribs one time, took a hit, took a physical blow to the ribs, to the side, and looked like he was really laboring. But he's diving all over the place, trying to get first downs and making really good passes. Small window throws. But this kid, he was just literally like it was the last game he was going to play. I don't know if any NFL teams were interested in him. He was a backup on a college team, mind you. The odds of him being a draft pick at quarterback, pretty damn low. Pretty damn low, if, nigh impossible. But I'll tell you what, the kid played his ass off. And I mean, if there's one sign of somebody playing for the love of the game or heart and soul, guts, intestinal fortitude, of whatever clever adjectives and phrases you want to use, this kid showed it all. And thankfully they ended up winning. It was a good one. I mean, that was the best bowl game of the whole run here. I don't know what happened because I went to bed. For the Cactus Bowl, which was West Virginia taking on Arizona State. The Mountaineers versus the Sun Devils, respectively. That one was, where were they? They were playing in Chase Field, which is where the Major League Baseball Arizona Diamondbacks play their games. Now, is that technically Phoenix or Glendale or Scottsdale, Tucson? I don't know. That whole big area, though. That whole big metropolitan, because it's not too far, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know Arizona geography that well, but from Phoenix to, Glendale and all that shit, it's not that far away, right? Just, I'd say, 15, 20 miles, maybe? At any rate, they were playing the Cactus Bowl there. When, just as I was ready to pass out, because, I had to wake up today for this big full day of football, NFL style, it was 9-3. I think West Virginia had the lead. Bunch of field goals, but hey, you take any points the way you can get them. And you certainly don't want to give any of them back. But that damn Alamo Bowl, that easily the best bowl game all of this postseason for college football. It's not even close. Nothing else even scratched the surface on how good this game was. And it was 31-0 at halftime. Oregon was leading. So holy shit, you just talk about a beautiful game. Well, actually, it started to get ugly. It was one-sided, and then it was one-sided yet again. But the team that needed the comeback ended up getting the win. That's, I guess, the beautiful part of it. And yes, I just hit I-95, and yes, I'm merging. Haven't seen a foreign out-of-state plate yet. Not yet, but it's early. An abandoned car on the side of the road, that's always fun. Whew, excuse me. I'm starting to see that a little more frequently now. An abandoned car. And you know it's been there a while because they put that big fucking orange sticker on the back of it. Whoever it is, Highway Patrol or whoever. Trying to get the thing marked as, hey, we've come to inspect your vehicle to see if everything's okay. And no one was here. And it's been sitting here for a few hours already, if not a day. We may tow this sumbitch. Get your shit together. But, a decent drive here. Roads aren't so bad. I'll tell you, last night, granted, it was Saturday night, and I'm just yawning here all of a sudden. I got decent sleep. I'd say a good 6.5, 7 hours. But last night, and I know it was Saturday night, and I had to work noon till 6, so I'm driving home around 6:30 at night or whatever, even on our way to Outback. Get some dinner going. Seemed a little crowded all everywhere. Right now it seems okay, and keep in mind, the Dolphins do play today. Home game. Georgia played, there we go. The white plate with the, well, not the silhouette, solid white background, black lettering with the peach, kind of dead center. If you've seen the plate, you know the plate. Also, here's an odd quick shout out to Mike Jenner. Haven't seen that kid quite a bit. Saw him last night when we left Outback, and I said, you know what, the bottle I got at the house is getting kind of low. I need to get something else, and just to keep a little drink on hand is all I do. And sure enough, there's we call him Jenner. That's his last name, but the generator. Mike Jenner's in there. It's kind of coyly, trying to be coy about it. I didn't know he was in. I hadn't seen him in such a long time. I didn't, he's still doing that for a side bit. I thought he was going to do some inventory management type thing with some, I don't know. I thought he was going to be doing something totally different. I knew he had worked at that spot. I mean, this goes a couple of years back already. But as I was sitting here looking at stuff, looking at a couple of bourbons, all of a sudden I noticed somebody kind of stand and lean like they're, can I help you find something, sir? Type thing. And then I kind of look and it's him. I was like, get the fuck out of here. This guy's still like, what the hell is this guy doing? Well, I gotta work the Dolphins game tomorrow, so I needed to come here and get 6 bottles of something to get through the pain. He knows entirely too well. Yeah, I hadn't physically seen Jenner in, I had to say it's a couple years already. I'd say 2 or 3 years. Damn. Didn't know he was still running that bit, but then I know he makes it. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's just, through holiday, through New Year's, maybe it's if he's still got it in there. It's somewhat commission if you're doing that stuff, making sales on it. You get the cruise ships to come in and all the holiday people and all this stuff. And, oh yeah, maybe you cut some people a little bit of a deal, but you're making a sale on a goddamn bottle of Woodford's Reserve or whatever the hell. Yeah, you're doing quite well at that point. Getting these people, yeah, there you go. Take the cruise ship, yeah, get that stuff. Restock your bar with all the nice stuff. Don't go cheap. To see him though, didn't think I'd be and plus that's over back where my school was, the college. Quick shout out to him though. Cool seeing him, just didn't think it'd be there. If anything, maybe I would have seen him at Outback. Yeah, who knows. 15 minutes still. I'm kind of cruising right now. I'm now passing up the Hollywood water tank. You know how that is in old rural towns, or they have the big old water tower that with the city name. painted on the side of it? Yep. Same thing here. Damn, just beyond that, heading south on 95, there's a big complex being built up. Wow. And I'll tell you the truth, I don't much need AC right now. I generally always have it on, but today, not so much. Still not quite 70 degrees. Still running good and smooth though. Toyota, you little minx, you. You're petite, you're reliable, you're not loud. You got slammed in the ass and you still keep going? You know, come on. All right, that was another good joke I had too last night. We're at the liquor store perusing for me. A little something to get in the house. A little bottle to have. Merging. And, with my dad with me, Jenner, I introduced him. He's like, oh, you're down here, what's going on? Just, last year when I got rear-ended horrifically and my Saturn got annihilated, he needed to run down and help me out with that mess. He's like, oh, didn't you get hit, like 2 weeks later in the new car? I was like, yeah, absolutely. Like, maybe they got a thing for cute blondes. I don't know, but they keep wanting to, enter in the rear door. Oh! Just terrible. Well, my boss at the station here, Jerry, he says, dude, what you should do is just paint a big bullseye on the back of your car. That way they won't hit you. Because you're 0 for a car wreck right now. Like, I know. I mean, granted, I don't want to be the person doing the hitting. I'd rather be on the receiving end and, oh, it sounds cheap, but I'd rather be the one that collects, so to speak. Like, instead of me hitting somebody, and God forbid what could happen there, but, you pay all that stuff. I would easily rather, fine, hit my car. You're going to have to pay for the rental and all that shit and fix-ups on everything. Oh, yeah, if I need any medical shit, and maybe next time I just fall out of the car, grabbing my neck and just selling like, I'm Ric Flair in a 60-minute Iron Man match. Grabbing onto my back and neck, and maybe I'll blade, too. That's another wrestling term, by the way. That's what all this is. Take a little razor blade and just slice across your forehead, because there's a lot of small blood vessels running through your face, right? Especially your forehead. There's not much meat in between there. Not much muscle on your forehead. Just above your eyebrows, right? Make a small incision. That thing will flow, baby. That thing will flow. So I'll blade if I get into another car wreck and I'm grabbing my back and my neck and just rolling around. Oh, God! Throwing with the blood running down my face, just swinging my hair back and forth and let the blood kind of ballistically splatter all across my dash while I'll be out of the car rolling around. It'll be all on the sidewalk or the road. Maybe he has a couple drops on the tire. He was really in pain. He was wincing and rolling around and writhing. I'll put on a show. If anything, I got paper towels in the back seat here. I can use those to try to start dabbing up the blood, but I'll do it so poorly to where those things will just be caked. Oh, yeah. Now, granted, both times I was in car accidents, it was, I got rear-ended. No airbag deployment, and I don't know if that's needed for a rear impact, but I tell you, that first one was pretty nasty. Christ, the guy went on to hit 4 other vehicles, jumped the median, U-turning into oncoming traffic, and then ran into a fucking building. Actually, there's something I can show my dad one of these days. Maybe tomorrow. Whew, shit. If we're heading that way, if we got to go hit up I-95, I'll show him. Yeah, see how there's that white panel there on the corner of the building? That's where the guy hit. Holy shit, okay. Yeah, that was after he hit me and 2 other vehicles. Well, sorry, 4 total. 1, 2, 3. Then he jumps the median and clips another one. Yeah, that's how it went. I didn't completely dry my hair in full. I just kind of got out the shower and had to get running. Got some leftover food, though. Got some leftover pieces of Papa John pizza and last night's remaining Outback food. Some sauteed mushrooms, some Aussie fries. I don't know what the difference is, but if they're French fries, Aussie fries, Outback, Australian, ha ha ha. I don't know if it's just seasoned differently or whatever, but got some cheese and bacon thrown on the fries. And then the remainder of my 9-ounce sirloin, which that damn thing, if I were to cut off my forearm right now, okay, I guess maybe my arm from the elbow down, to just cut off my forearm specifically means I leave my wrist intact somehow. But if I cut off my arm at the elbow down, I don't think my forearm has as much meat on it as that damn sirloin did. That thing was just, as JR would say, tougher than a $2 steak. That thing was not easy to carve into. But I'll tell you, it sat like a brick in my stomach. Whew, that's just a solid cut of beef. No fat, no nothing like that. That thing was tough. So I'll have that to contest with all day today. If for whatever reason the light here at 441 took way too long, yeah, it's got me tired and yawning. For Christ's sakes. Well, come on now, people. It's the pedal on the right. Let's find the gas. Come on. Either you got to go to church, or you're going somewhere for brunch, or you're heading to the stadium to do your tailgating. Get moving. Toyota Land Cruiser, you are not cruising. You know what else I've been thinking of doing back at the house here? Maybe get a better entertainment center for what it's worth. Just if I feel the need to go back and play different games, etc., etc. Well, because right now all I got hooked up is the Xbox One and the PS4. Now, if I get a better system, an entertainment system going, what the hell would you call that nowadays? Because I know they changed the name of everything. Anyway, entertainment center, whatever. Fuck it. But if I were to get something good like that, I'm thinking, damn it, I'm thinking. I got that surge protector, that little strip, to plug in like 5-6 things. I don't want to do that because, well, one day I did have a fuse blowout when I went to plug in my George Foreman to get something cooked. Might have been that old extension cord. I don't know, but literally the thing, pow, there was a shot. That thing fried right on the spot. I mean, literally, as I plugged it in, as I plugged the George Foreman into the extension cord that was running, that part of the extension cord, boom, like that, it split open, it popped. I couldn't even get the prongs locked into that thing. It literally shot them back out. I was like, holy fuck. Of course, then I had to, get the fuse, the breaker box thing thrown, so, which Wasn't for everything. On the one wall, my refrigerator was still good to go. And right there, you know, it's just where I had all those, the Foreman plugged in. Like, that wall was okay where the fridge was set up, but the George Foreman over there, boom, blew that fuse. Like, that wall had a separate fuse. I don't know. Do not know. Hey, I just made my turn onto West Island Drive by the North Perry Airport. 4.5 minutes to go. Woo! At least on the recording. Maybe I get to work in time. Who knows? Had a decent drive in for this 30-minute musing. Topics all over the place. I'm surprised I'm like feeling this awake. But of course, I do know there will be coffee. Oh yes, there will be coffee. Not that I need it, but I don't know. It's just one of those things. I don't need coffee. And honestly, like, if I have it first thing in the morning, cool. And plus, I still have coffee that I brewed up on, God, was that Thursday? Wednesday evening? And I just put the, you know, if I get it ready, I'll just put the pot of coffee into the fridge and have it subsequently through the next couple of days or whatever the case may be. That's no problem. Yes, I can have cold coffee. Day old coffee. That's the name of my band, by the way. I should really patent pending that thing. Day old coffee. That sounds pretty... And I think I explained that too. I might have to do that for a separate episode. No, we got time here. 3 minutes. I'm pretty sure I explained it earlier in a previous 30-minute musing, but to re-up the story, this goes back a couple of years. I was the new guy at this radio station, so I was doing weekends for our news station, 6 a.m. till noon. Yeah. Anyway, the news anchor, our buddy Ed Goodman, swig of coffee for Ed once I get in, but he didn't drink coffee. Well, so maybe I shouldn't have a swig of coffee for him, but something for Ed, no doubt. He never drank coffee, so I would brew up, you know, get some brew going for myself, and on the occasion that Jerry would be on his way in to, you know, host a show, drive the show, so to speak, he'd look and he'd be like, how old is that coffee? He's like, I don't know, I brewed it up whatever time. He's like, and you, because he knew Ed didn't drink coffee, he's like, you had all that? I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I did. Or no, sorry, that's not what happened. That would happen on occasion, but the day old coffee thing. He was asking, how long's that coffee been there? And might have been from the night before. If it was a Friday and I didn't have to go from nights to mornings. So it wasn't that bad of a turnaround. But either way, it had been sitting there. Let's just say I did brew it, and it was a few hours ago. Like, if I brewed that stuff at like 5:30 or 6 o'clock just when I got in, Jerry's getting in around 9 o'clock or something like that. How long has that coffee been sitting there? A long-winded story, isn't it? So like, you know, brewed it up at whatever time. And I had the burner off because I don't want the coffee to just sit there and, you know, stay liquid hot, or like liquid hot magma. I can't even talk here. Terrible. Hi, I'm Mike, 30-minute musings. I always shut the burner off after I'm done brewing the coffee so it's not sitting there burning away, bubbling at 900 degrees because it'll taste like, you know, road tar. So I always shut the burner off. Oh, it's been sitting there for that long and it's cold. I'm like, that doesn't bother me. Like, cold coffee, room temperature, even if it's been sitting out for a day or something, I can still drink it. He's like, day old coffee. That's a good band name. I'm like, no, that is. Shit. So granted, it's his idea, but I'm saying patent pending. Remember that Homer Simpson bit? Patent pending, patent pending, patent pending. Don't steal my ideas. Yeah. That was a terrible long-winded story to tell you in 3 minutes. Could have taken about one. Fucked it up several times over. But that's what you get with 30-minute musings. These are unedited, by the way. I mean, this is just raw, absolute, unscripted fuck-ups. Gotta love it. Well, just made the turn down Riviera, so it's only a matter of seconds now, but we're about to close out. So, till we meet again, everybody, I'll catch your ass down the road.